Check ultimateguard.com and find premium quality products for your favorite trading card game. Check video description or visit Ultimate Guard for more.
Once again everyone, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video we'll be looking at the Metagross GX Solgaleo GX deck for the standard format. So 250 HP Metagross with the Geotech system ability, which allows us to attach one metal or psychic energy per turn to our active Pokemon. So with the Giga Hammer you can strike also for 150, and with the Algorithm GX we can search our deck for up to 5 cards and put them into our hand. Weakness on the fire and resistance -20 to the psychic with 3 retreat cost means that this Pokemon is definitely going to be very good with the Solgaleo GX combination. So with the Solgaleo GX we can actually Ultra Road and rush in retreat once per turn if we have Floatstone available. With the Sunsteel Strike we can strike for 230, and with Kukui 250, which will be enough to one-hit knockout every Pokemon in play. Soul Burst can also help us to search up to 5 energies and attach them to our Pokemons in any way we like. So overall I really like the deck and I think it's very good. It's also very funny to play with it, so definitely Metagross with the Solgaleo is a very good combo. Also Majournia is here with the Mystic Heart to prevent the attacks like the White GX. Tapu Lele GX is here mainly so you can Ultra Ball for Tapu Lele, Hex Maniac turn 1, or maybe get that Skylab, which is very important for that Energy Evolution Chamber to get easier access to your Rare Candy or any other item card you really need. 2 Shames for the setup, and that's mainly 17 Pokemons in this deck list. 33 trainer cards and 10 energies. So moving on to the trainer cards, I'm running 1 Field Blower. No doubt about how this card is going to be very important to get rid of the tools from the Garbodor, just in case if you're going to face the Garbodor. 4 copies of Rare Candy. 1 copy of the Rescue Stretcher, just because with the Rescue Stretcher we can get Pokemon from our disco pile, which can be very important, just in case if you need something like Solgaleo, because we're only running 2 of them. Plus we can also use the Rescue Stretcher to shuffle back 3 Pokemon from our disco pile back into our deck. 2 Timer Balls, 2 Trainer's Mails, and 4 Ultra Balls. Mainly 4 Ultra Balls and 2 Timer Balls will be more than enough to get that energy, to get that Evolution Chamber as fast as you can in play, with 4 copies of V-Seeker. Of course, Stadium Decision is Altar of the Sun, so we can prevent our opponent from being able to one-hit knock out prevent our opponent from being able to one-hit knockout Pokemons that actually have weakness on the fire, because all of our Pokemons will be weak to the fire, except for the Shaman and Tapu Lele, who does not have any weakness. But yeah, definitely will be good card in matchup against Volcanion, for example. Hex Maniac to shut down abilities in case we play against Item Lock. We can always get Hex Maniac to get a chance to play item cards for turn 1. Lysander ×1, so we can Lysander one of our opponent Pokemons in play. 7.5 draw supporters, as I like to say that. 3 ends, 1 Professor Kukui, who can also allows us to drop 2 cards and add 20 more damage. Why Professor Kukui in this build? Well, just in case if we play against Mirror Match, we can one-hit knock out our opponent Pokemon with the Sunsteel Strike, which is very important. Same as the 4 copies of Professor Sycamore and 1 Skyla, which will allow us to search a deck for any trainer card and put it into your hand. Skyla is a very important piece of puzzle in this build. 2 Flowstones for that Sunsteel Strike, Solgaleo GX, Ultra Rod ability, and 10 basic metal energies. Only basic metal energies in this build, because you can only attach... Oh, you can actually attach... You might attach a Psychic or Metal Energy card from the discard pile to your active Pokemon. I'm not sure if it's gonna work with the special energies. However, I'm just gonna stick with the regular basic metal energies, because they're also gonna be discarded anyway, and just the regular basic energies are much harder to discard with the Crushing Hammer instead of the special with the Enhanced Hammer. If you're looking for any of these cards, make sure to check ccgcastle.com, because you can get 5% discount on your first purchase if you're new to the channel, with TCG Center 5 code. Plus you can also trade your old bulk for the upcoming Guardian Raising booster box, which will be available worldwide, and right now actually it's not anymore upcoming Guardian Raising, it's available worldwide. So yeah, make sure to check the description for more information. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see this deck in action. So see you in the game. Alright, so I have opportunity to start first here if I flip heads on the coin flip, but unfortunately I lost the coin flip, so my opponent can choose if he wants to go first or second. So still waiting. and probably I'm gonna wait for like a few more seconds. Starting first here, it's okay, definitely. Starting second, I mean, it's the same thing. Going first, going second. I'm not gonna change too much things here because my hand is just very bad. I have only timer ball available, which can give me maybe Solgaleo GX in play, but more than that, I have nothing else available. Even my opponent have active Pokemon available, so I'm not gonna get extra cards with the mulligan. Oh, it's Altaria Garbodor. Alright, Mega Altaria probably. Yeah, that's gonna be a hard matchup for sure. Especially if I can't set up properly. Powerful gain, if this Pokemon was healed during this turn, this attack does 60 more damage. Shining Wind 80 during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon has no weakness. Come on, mate, play that N. I know you have it. You don't have it. Oh, top deck is an N. Yeah, I'm gonna play my N here, and what I'm gonna get here is gonna be Belgium. There's also a Float Stone available. And the Metal Energy card. So the Float Stone should just stay in my hand for now. Of course, I didn't want to attach energy to my active Cosmog from only one reason. If my opponent can get double CORSAIR energy, he can just use Shining Wind and knocks out my Cosmog, which I definitely don't want to see. However, if I can find Metagross, there is pretty decent chance that I can maybe hit my both Solgaleo and Metagross GX in play at my turn 2. Still, it's early to talk about that, but there is always chance to do something like that. Alright, so just waiting to see what else my opponent can do after that Hoopa play. He just benched down one Altaria and one Gardevoir EX, and there is another Fair Energy attached, which means this is going to be Mega Evolution into the Mega Altaria. Ooh, what a nice top deck this was. But unfortunately I don't have Rare Candy available, so one Sycamore for 7 means I can grab 7 new cards. More than that, nothing else. Let's just retreat to our Cosmog without Flowstone and use that Dust Gathering for one extra card, which is gonna be a Ultra Ball. Okay, definitely like the fact that I have Ultra Ball available, which means I can go with the Ultra Ball for something like yeah, Shaman for setup mainly. I don't need Majournia so far in this battle, but I can also put my Majournia on the bench so I can use my Soul Blaster, and there we go with the end. So it looks like my opponent will be Gentleman here, and he's gonna play that N, so I'm gonna draw 6 new cards. There's another Cosmog, Rare Candy, and Timer Ball. Really like the fact that I have Timer Ball plus Skyla available. This means only one thing. I can do so much problems to my opponent. I don't know why in the world he attached Fighting Fury Bell to his Mega Altaria. There is no rational explanation for that move. I simply don't know why in the world he did that. Oh, what a nice top deck. If I can hit 2 heads on the coin flip, I can knock out my opponent Altaria. I can one-hit knock out his Altaria here. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna grab with my Skylar a Rare Candy so I can put both GXs in play. The first one, of course, is a Solgaleo, and the second one, of course, is gonna be a Metagross. Luckily for me, still Garbodor is not in play, and that's definitely cool. But what is not cool, especially for my opponent, is the fact that I can use my Sunsteel Strike for 230 and one-hit knockout. Actually 460 because he's weak, and one-hit knockout his Mega Altaria for 2 prize cards. So a V-Seeker and another Belgium for me. Alright, let's just see what else my opponent can do. Of course, he's gonna promote Tauros, but as long as I have my Solgaleo GX in the front, I can one-hit knock out all of his Pokemons without too many problems. Especially if I can have second Metagross GX in play. Let's see, Ultra Ball is a top deck. Let's just go with the Ultra Ball for something like Sycamore and Lysander. For the Shaman EX, of course, I'm gonna set down onto my bench my Belgium. And I'm gonna play my setup here for 5. I need a rare candy. I have rare candy available. Which means I'm gonna grab my V Seeker for Skyla. I'm gonna play my Skyla for Ultra Ball. Then I'm gonna discard my Ranger and N for the Metagross GX. And then I can play my rare candy for second Metagross GX in play. Of course, I can use 2 of my Geotech systems. So I can attach 2 energies to my Solgaleo GX in the active position. And after that, all I really need is just a single energy available in my hand, what I actually have. And then I can use another Sunsteel Strike for 230 and 1 hit knock on my opponent Taurus GX. So far, this is just amazing. I can 1 hit knockout all of his Pokemons with just a single shot, and all I really need for the next turn is, of course, 1 basic energy available in my hand. So I can simply go for the 1 hit knockout against his Altaria or any other Pokemon that he puts in play. So far there is a Garbodor, and as long as there's a Garbodor in play, there's gonna be a little bit problem, because I cannot use my abilities anymore. But what I can do here is V Seeker for Professor Sycamore, and I can still get my Field Blower, and with the Field Blower and energy I can win the game without too many problems. So it's my turn. Let's take a look at the top deck. Top deck is gonna be the energy card. I guess I don't need more than that. And even better, I can just V Seeker for Skyla. With the Skyla, I can grab myself Field Blower, and with the Field Blower, I can simply remove the tool from the Garbodor, attach 2 more energies from my discard pile with my Metagross to my Solgaleo, and strike for 230 for the 1 hit knockout. So that's the GG, my friends. That's the knockout, and that's the victory. Alright, so moving on to the game number 2. I'm starting with my Majournia in the active position. So definitely not the best start with Majournia, but however, at least I have Ultra Ball available plus Trainer's Mail in my hand. There is 1 Psychic Energy already, which means my opponent can grab himself a Espeon GX. Since he can confuse me, that can be a little bit of the problem for me, but however, as long as I'm gonna have my Floatstone and Solgaleo available, I'm not gonna need to worry too much about that. So Trainer's Mail for something like Professor Sycamore. Ultra Ball is gonna be for 2 copies of Metagross. Then I can just grab 1 Cosmog and put it down to my bench. Attach 1 energy, play my rescue Stretcher, so I can just shuffle back my Metagrosses into my deck. Of course, this is going to be Altar of the Sun and Sycamore for 7. Alright, more than that, there is also 1 Belgium. And for now, I think I'm just perfectly fine. But to be honest, I can Ultra Ball for 1 more Cosmog just in case if my opponent have Lysander available. And somehow I really don't want to see Lysander going on. So I'm gonna just discard, in this case, 1 Metal Energy. Yeah, and get myself another Cosmog on the bench. You know, just in case. I will just preserve the V Seeker and Shaman, of course, V Seeker in case if I don't get supported for the extra draw. There is just Professor Skakui. Oh, this is very bad hand for my opponent, I must admit that. And there is a second Psychic Energy attached to his Espeon GX. If I get lucky, I can maybe somehow 1 hit knock at his Espeon GX next turn. So very nice top deck here. It's a Metal Energy. Of course, I'm gonna use my Shaman EX, which is gonna be set up for 4. Ooh, I didn't get what I was looking for. And I was mainly looking for my Solgaleo. I didn't want to take the risk with only single Cosmog on the bench for the knockout. However, there is just an Ultra Ball available, which is going to be for Ranger, and one Cosmog for something like Matang, so at least I can put my Matang in play. And I can set up my Shaman. Couple extra cards with my Shaman. I can still maybe get Rare Candy. Nope, I can't get Rare Candy. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna pass my turn. That's all I can do. No Skyla available. There's Professor's Letter for my opponent. It means only one thing. He can divide GX, but unfortunately he can't discard my energies from my Cosmog, which is a good sign. There's a third energy for my opponent, Espeon, and that's going to be the nightmare for me because probably he's just going to knock out my Cosmog with 2 energies with the YGX. I'm going to be surprised to see anything else from my opponent. At least he cannot knock out 2 of my Pokemons. He can just go for the single Cosmog and probably spread some damage counters to my second Cosmog. Alright, so I'm losing my Cosmog with 2 Metal Energies. Yeah, it is how it is. I mean, what else I can say about that? Not too much. Not too much. I mean, I'm gonna play my end and I hope I'm gonna get... I mean, if I top deck energy card, to be honest, I can even... What? You kidding me? Oh yeah, I have Majournia. I completely forget about that. Never mind. This is gonna be a Float Stone for my Cosmog. I'm gonna use my Field Blower so I can discard a Fighting Fury Belt from his Tauros in play. And more than that, I'm just gonna Sycamore for 7. Yeah, I always forget about Majournia, powerful ability. Once again, somebody actually explain me what is happening here. Because I don't know what is happening here. But I know what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna use my Geotech system. I will attach one energy to Majournia, will retreat down to my Metagross. And basically what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use my Algorithm GX. So for a Rare Candy and for the Float Stone, for the Metal Energy, even I don't need Metal Energy. I'm gonna need Lysander, but I don't have Lysander. Yeah, okay. Trader's Mail, whatever. Let's just grab some cards in hand. Really doesn't change things too much. Really doesn't change things too much, especially if my opponent can use the Lysander. Anyways, I managed to survive the YGX simply because I forget about the Majournia Mystic Heart completely. Sorry for that. There is a Team School Grunt, which means I'm gonna lose 2 of my Metal Energies from my hand. That's very close to the red alert, to be honest. I'm taking 7 damage counters, I'm not confused. I have my Rare Candy finally available for that Solgaleo. The second one is prized. So this is gonna be Ultra Rod down to my Solgaleo. After that I'm just gonna use my Geotech system, powered up one of my energy cards to my Solgaleo GX into the active position. And I will just use my Sunsteel Strike for 230, which will allow me to drop 2 prize cards. And after that I simply don't see how my opponent can recover from this position. It will take actually 1 more turn to power up my Solgaleo, unfortunately, because I have only 1 Metagross GX available on my bench. But it's just perfectly fine because my opponent just attempted to play Skyla for the Nest Ball for the Eevee, and of course Darkness Energy is going to be attached probably down to his Eevee for the Umbreon GX, so he definitely needs that Umbreon, but unfortunately the big problem for my opponent is that he already decided to use GX attack, and as long as I have my Majournia, I can prevent all effects of the attack down to my Pokemons in play. So he can strafe for 30. All he can do right now with the Towers is attack just for the 60, and that's it. So I have second rare candy available, which is going to be for my Solgaleo in this case. And time to use my Geotech. Another Float Stone. No, let's just don't be greedy here with the Float Stone. I'm just gonna pass my turn. I'm not looking forward even to attach an energy card to my Solgaleo right now, because I can do that on my next turn. Good thing is that I can go for like 230, which is more than enough for the one-hit knockout against all of my opponent Pokemons in play. Even with the Metagross I can strike for like 150, but I really don't want to attack for 150 right now. So there's Professor Kukui for my opponent, 2 extra card for him. Means that he can attack maybe even with the Shadow Bullet if he can find himself a Float Stone, but he can't. So that's 8 damage counters down to my Solgaleo. Really doesn't matter too much because I'm gonna use my Geotech system here for some energies, and then I'm gonna grab my Lysander, and with my Lysander I will just use my Sunsteel Strike for the one-hit knockout against his Umbreon in this situation. We'll grab 2 more cards on my prize cards, which is gonna be Kukui and Metal Energy. Right, I'm down to 6 cards. There's a V-Seeker. Will my opponent maybe get... Ooh, he decided to go with the Kukui instead of the Skull Grunt. If he decided to go with the Skull Grunt, that would be so devastating for me, because I wouldn't have any energy card left in my hand, but I would still be able to go with my Geotech system, but it would actually takes me 3 turns to power up my Solgaleo GX on the bench. So there's another Horn attack, which means that I only have 30 HP available, and I think how right now is just perfect time to retreat my Solgaleo, to use my Geotech system to attach 1 energy onto it. 1 more energy to the Solgaleo, and more than that, I think I'm just gonna Ultra Rod back to my Majournia. Since I didn't play supporter card, I can also do that. But let's just pass the turn for now. Or actually, let's just play some cards in case of the N. In case of the N, I'm just gonna get rid of some of the cards from my hand. Alright. 2 timer balls discarded. Passing my turn. Okay. What else my opponent can do? Can he maybe somehow discard energy from my Solgaleo? There's a Team Rocket Handiwork. Ooh. Alright. So he almost managed to deck me out here. Horn attack for 60, which means this is the GG, unfortunately. Because I have even energy card available in my hand. And that's going to be Ultra Rod for my Solgaleo GX. And I can just strike for 230 with my Sunsteel Strike and 1-hit knock on his Tauros GX for the victory. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. That was the Metagross Solgaleo GX deck for the standard form. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos. If you have any questions, as always, make sure to leave comments below. Let me know also what you think about this deck in the comments below. So yeah, stay tuned for the more upcoming videos. Till the next time, have a nice day wherever you are, and goodbye.